It is the final show of My Left Shoulder. We're very excited about giving My Left Shoulder the send-off that My Left Shoulder deserves. We'll also tell you what's going on in the news. I heard a report, and I've not confirmed it, about a quote-unquote earthquake in Iran. I wouldn't think that would be an earthquake in Iran. I would think that would be, some sort of bombs going off in Iran, but I'm going to try to confirm that if at all possible. Donald Trump says 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. This place is a geological oddity, 2 weeks away from everything. We've got Donald Trump and the National Guard. Big victory for him there. Well, a temporary victory, at least, as the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals says, yes, of course, the President of the United States can nationalize the National Guard, and they remain under his power and control until we make a full determination as to the details of the Gavin Newsom California complaint against the President of the United States. All of that is on the docket today. But you know what? The most important thing that we're talking about today, more important than anything, is...
I didn't agree to that. Only 24 hours.
Just before we say hello to Jay and FriJay, before we go, see... Jackson, you need to rewatch this movie. This is our introduction to the best character in this film. The best character in the movie.
Y'all know me. Know how I earn a living. I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's bad fish. Not like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommy carps.
Eat
This
those
shark
crackers.
swallow you whole. A little shaking, a little tenderizing, down you go. And we gotta do it quick. I don't bring back the tourists, so they'll put all your businesses on a paying basis. But it's not gonna be pleasant. I value my neck a lot more than $3,000, Chief. I'll find him for $3. But I'll catch him and kill him
for 10.
You gotta make up your minds. You wanna stay alive and ante up? You wanna play it cheap? Be on welfare the whole winter. I don't want no volunteers. I don't want no mates. There's too many captains on this island. $10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
That's so good. That's your introduction to Quint. They say, Mr. Quint, we'll take it under advisement. Yeah. And that's when he walks out and the little fella walks right behind him with the dog. Oh man, 50 years ago that movie came out in theaters. In the meantime, let's find out if Jay saw that in the theater. Yes, Who knows? It's time for FriJay, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Americans. It's FriJay.
That's right. It is time. It's not morning, but it is time for FriJay. 10 minutes after 4 o'clock. It's our opportunity to talk the law with my best friend, a good Tennessee man, the best legal mind that I've ever known, a pretty darn good golfer, and my gambling buddy. His name's Jay St. Clair, and he joins us. Hey, Jay.
Hey, man.
Jay, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Well, I got two questions for you. I just thought of another one. The first one is, how you doing?
Yeah, this is a toughie. It's a toss-up. But if I were any better, I would be Daniel Suarez.
Oh, that's good.
What a great story. Just a wonderful story.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, and you know what makes it even sweeter? Well, I mean, just to complete the whole story, did you see the video and whatnot he put out when he became a United States citizen?
I did.
It was heartwarming.
Yes, it was.
Very, very heartwarming.
I mean, he's from Mexico, but he loves the United States of America. But, I mean, you can't take home away from him. And for those that don't know, the NASCAR race was down in Mexico City this past weekend. And Daniel Suarez, who is a native of, I think, Monterrey, Mexico.
That's right. About 90 miles north of Mexico City.
Won the Xfinity race.
And in a backup car.
Oh, yeah.
Starting last.
Oh, good for him, man.
He had to go to a backup car. He started dead last and won the race.
That's pretty good.
No, it was great. It's absolutely great.
Who was the toss-up with, though? That's the question.
Well, SVG.
Oh, well, yeah.
Who won Sunday by the largest margin of victory in 25 years.
He was like 15 or so seconds ahead, wasn't he?
And that just shows what real race car drivers are. We've talked about this. I'm not a real race car driver because I can't do this. The first race he won in Chicago, well, that's the first time they'd ever raced on that track.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't have an advantage. Well, the same thing here. It's blind track. None of them have driven on him. And he goes out and beats the field by 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he is such a wheelman and knows how to drive road courses. I mean, I don't even pretend to understand what he does because, you know what? I listen to the best race car drivers in the world, and they say they're not quite understanding what he's doing better than
Well,
them.
I know one thing he does because the TV people are talking about it. He's the only guy out there apparently that's heel-toe shifting. And they say it gives him a big advantage.
Really?
And, I worked for years to learn to do that. I now can do it. Well, you've been at track, and I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's the only guy that's doing it.
Huh. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yep.
Well, Jay, it's good to talk to you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. Do you have any final words for my left shoulder?
I don't think so. It's been nice knowing you, but every dog has his day. And so, sometimes you just gotta take one for the team, man. And I know you've been in pain, and it's just time to make a switch.
Time to do it. I've got to come up with a new excuse why I'm so bad at golf, Jay. That's the big problem.
Well, I guess you won't be playing for a while.
No, not for a minute or two. Although he said probably 6 months. About 6 months. I was worried it was going to be longer than that. But my main concern is, for the last 15 years, anytime I've had a bad round, I was that left shoulder. Dadgum left shoulder.
Yeah, that excuse is gone. Well, see, my excuse is age. I don't have to worry about that going away.
Well,
that only gets to be a better excuse.
You know what? I've said it enough. You know what Pa said? Getting old's hell, but it beats option B.
No, it's better than plan B.
That's right. TB says, why don't y'all talk about your boy Carson Hocevar? Look, Carson, he owned up to what he said. And
no, I respected that. And he's learning a lot this year, a lot. And he learned a very big lesson. Well, who else learned a lesson, similar kind of lessons? Kyle Larson.
Oh, sure.
But Kyle Larson got run out of the sport.
Yeah.
Because of something he said. Right. And he wasn't 23 years old when he said it. So no, I think that was a good thing for Carson. He's a real talent. I mean, I've heard Kevin Harvick and a lot of these guys, Junior, say he has got the talent. He's just got to learn how to use it.
So, for those that don't know or don't follow the sport, Carson Hocevar, he's not a rookie. He was a rookie last year, right? Do I have that right?
But he's first, second year.
Yeah,
but he's
right.
23 years old.
Yeah, he's a youngster.
And he's a hot foot. I mean, he is a race car.
Well, and every single one of them think that they're the best race car driver on the track. I mean, or at least that's what they want to believe. They probably all secretly know that Kyle Larson's the best race car driver on the track, but whatever.
A lot of them are saying it now.
But he called Mexico or Mexico City a bleep hole, I guess. Yeah. In conversation before he got down there, and I mean that's just you know what? Even if you think it, you don't say stuff like that.
That's a rookie error. No, that's a rookie error.
And he apologized for it. So. Yeah. Jay, any thoughts, generally speaking, on, it's a Supreme Court decision season. I mean, don't we love it?
Yep.
Any surprises?
No, not really. The Tennessee case didn't surprise me at all. I thought they got that just right. It's going to be an important case beyond just that case, Matt, because it establishes the principle that transgender is not a protected category. Mm-hmm. And that's big in a lot of other stuff. It's not like race, sex, age, those sorts of things. And so now that didn't surprise me. And, as far as Trump versus the Dems goes, I would say, Trump's maybe got it's maybe 21-17 at halftime. on court cases.
21. Well,
I would put Trump. I'd put Trump up 21. This latest thing about the National Guard that was a biggie.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a strong. I mean, if you feel like I guess it was a 3-judge panel on the Ninth Circuit, but I mean, you feel like that doesn't tell you how it's going to go, but it can give you a lean. Is that fair?
It's a strong lean.
Okay.
Because to rule in his favor at this stage of the case, they have to say that there is a very great likelihood he's going to win the case.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they've said is there's a very great likelihood he's going to win the case. I don't think that's going to happen on birthright citizenship. I think they're going to lose that.
Yeah.
Of the tariff deal, I don't know how all that's going to shake out. On the kicking the illegals out, that was kind of a little bit of a tennis match. They've got to dot their I's and cross their T's a little bit better in how they're doing that.
Right.
But yeah, I would say right now, and I'd call it about halftime right now in terms of the Trump agenda being challenged in court. I'd say we're about halftime on that, and I'd say Trump's up 21-17.
As you talk, Jay, it occurs to me, and you and I have had so many conversations about, how, you're the one that taught me the phrase that the 21st century certainly hadn't turned out the way I thought it would. Right. You're the first one that I've ever heard say that.
Well, I stole that from Glenn Reynolds.
Well,
Instapundit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I get it. Oh yeah. I didn't realize. Okay, all right, that makes sense. But
yeah,
no,
Glenn was a year behind me in college, a year behind me in law school, and a year behind me clerking for Judge Merritt in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
I've known Glenn a long time.
Well, I mean, and you're right, but one of the things that we have lost, we've just lost patience, and I understand the frustration that so many people had about local, district judges in federal court making and I might have said that wrong, I don't know, but making these decisions and then applying them across the country. It's been a lot of frustration. And just generally speaking, a lot of frustration with how, at least the perception is, that the liberals have used the courts to stymie what is clearly what most Americans voted for, right, last November. People feel like, well, we voted for this, and what right do they have to stymie it? And we're seeing a lot fewer of those come up in the court systems now, and we're seeing the shakeout. If we just be a little patient and understand the process is not always as clean as we would like, but these things are going to shake out in the fashion that they should.
Yeah, and not as quick. But let me say this about that, Matt. That's not an accident. That's by design. Mm-hmm. The founding fathers very intentionally built the government, the separation of powers. Well, it was done so that it could not turn on a dime. So that's all very intentional. We can get frustrated about it, but that's not a flaw in the system.
Well,
that's a feature of the system.
I love the way you say it. It's a feature, not a flaw. And I mean, and it's funny how perception becomes reality, because on one side we're thinking, man, y'all stop all these silly court cases so we can get the ball rolling on these things that we want to happen. And because you're holding up the program here, people. Donald Trump can't do these things until we get it through this court system. And on the other side, they're screaming about Donald Trump being a king. And I'm like, well, if he was first off, if he was a king, I don't think y'all would be able to scream and yell about him being a king. I think he'd lock you.
He wouldn't be, and he wouldn't be losing court cases.
And he wouldn't be losing court cases.
And he's so funny. I don't know if it's hard to tell real from fake now, but he's so funny. But I saw something on social media. I don't know if it was a post from him or not, but he was thanking the No Kings people, because he said, I heard that apparently somebody was trying to make a king, and I'm glad y'all stopped that. I'm still president, so everything's fine.
Right. Yeah, I'm still your president. I think he said your president. He knows how to gig them.
Oh, he's funny.
All right, get your questions in here for Jay St. Clair. How much is this legal advice worth today, Jay?
Well, free legal advice is worth Hey, Ken, do you know what free legal advice is worth?
Absolutely. You've got me, Brother Jay.
Well, it's worth exactly what you pay for
Okay.
it, Ken.
I was trying to think of that and I couldn't. I almost had a crayon.
Wait,
You got close.
Hey, we've got our brand new producers in the house, Jackson. And Jackson asked me earlier, he said, can I ask Jay if I can sue somebody? Jackson, do you know the answer? Ask him the question, Jay.
Ask Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, do you know what?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackson, do you know what it takes to sue somebody? You know
No,
what
sir,
you
I
got to
don't.
have? Do you know what you got to have to sue somebody?
No, sir.
Well, you better write this down, Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You need two things. $140 and a crayon. That's all you need. You can sue Donald Trump.
Can
For
I
being
borrow
king.
a crayon?
No, you got to have your own crayon. I'll loan you the money, but you got to use your own crayon.
That's well spoken. That's spoken just like a 25-year-old. Jackson, you need $140 a credit. Can I borrow a crayon? All right. More with Jay in a moment. Your call's coming up 23 after the hour on Super Talk.
Chad Benson on demand, because what he said already motivated you to send that complaint email.
I think it's going to be a hell of a thing.
It must be worth hearing again, right? Subscribe to the Chad Benson Show on your favorite podcast platform.